Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are well. Okay, so it is a kind of a continuity of the previous video. Uh, till now, we have discussed speech writing, article writing, report writing, formal letter, and formal email. Now, today we are going to discuss letter writing but informal letter. So what's the formal, first of all, what is, and I'm using the same text that is related to zoos, and the purpose is that you all understand and know that how one text, the same text, can be used differently when the directed writing task is different. So here now we are talking about informal letter, and the nature of speech is different, the nature of informal letter is different. Report, formal letter, and email writing, they are almost the same. And article writing is also different, that is a bit neutral kind of directed writing task. Speech is different because there you are talking to people sitting in front of you. Article writing is more neutral. There's someone who is sitting at home and there has a magazine in his hands and will decide that whether should read it or not. And in case of informal letter, you are writing to someone who is your family, who is your friend, or who is someone related to you. So the kind of tone you are going to adopt, it must be very informal, highly informal. When we talk about informal letters, basically informal letters are a kind of a conversation that you are having with your family members, that you are having with your friends, and it has a kind of a spoken tinge in it. When you are writing, it looks like that you are actually not writing, basically you are talking to your loved ones. So when you are talking to them, it must be evident there in your writing. So format of informal letter is that you can start it with, the salutation is that you can start it is hi Khadija, hey Khadija, or hello Khadija. So sometimes I have seen students who started with like dear Khadija, or they think that they should start it with dear friend. They think that they should start it with dear friend. But keep one thing in your mind, that English is a different kind of language. When you are just writing here, the word dear, we use it for formal letters. So do not use it as dear friend or dear Khadija. It can be used, there is no such restriction, but I would advise that you should avoid using dear Khadija or dear friend, because they do not give very informal vibes. Instead, you should start your letter with hi Khadija, hey Khadija, or hello Khadija. After that, you should write the same as we have in all directed writing tasks: introduction, first paragraph, body, second and third paragraph, conclusion, fourth paragraph, and after that the valediction must be with love, love, take care, best regards, and then write your first name only. Now have a look at it. In you start your informal letter like this: hi Khadija, comma, leave one line, then write introduction, in that is your first paragraph, exchange pleasantries, state the purpose of writing very clearly. Yeah, I think there's one thing that I forgot, I didn't mention when I was discussing all the directed writing tasks, is that leave a line after each paragraph. Please do this thing, that start your letter with the margin, start all your paragraphs with the margin. Do not leave some space that we know as indent. There's no need to leave indent in today's academic writing. Start it with the margin line and leave a line after each paragraph. Leave a line after each paragraph, and then first paragraph, second paragraph, select and develop the text, argument, counter argument, evaluate the text, give your own opinion based on the text, based on the text, based on the content given in the text, right? And closing, fourth paragraph, summarize, endorse your point, and then you can end it like this, close it like this: I'll sign off now, but make sure you take the right decision. I'll see you in the summer when we come to visit. This is a kind of a sample for ending your After writing fourth paragraph, you can add this kind of closing there, and with love, and then write your first name there. Then next one is, now let's start it. And you all know that the text is the same, that is related to animals. So basically you are writing a letter to one of your friends, and you are discussing whether zoo should be banned or not. This is the topic of your formal letter. So this is the way you are going to start it. This is about introduction and ending. I'm discussing those. So if you are writing an informal letter, how you're going to start, how you're going to start the introduction paragraph. So, hey Khadija, how are you? It's been one more thing. In informal letter, you can use contractions. Like here, I have used it's been a while. It's been a while. So it's, instead of it is or it has, I have used here it's. So contractions can be used in informal letter. You can use some slang words also, but as far as formal letter, formal report or email is concerned, you cannot use contractions there. You cannot use didn't, you cannot use doesn't, you cannot use it's, you cannot use won't, you cannot use shan't. In formal documents, you must avoid, rather you must not use contractions, but in informal letter you must use contractions, because that's if you write a contraction there, it makes it more informal. It gives a it gives a good presentation basically when you write contractions there, because this is spoken form, and the purpose of informal letter is that you are talking to your family and friends. So how are you? It's been a while since we last wrote to each other. I hope everything's, another contraction, everything's going well with you, and everyone at home is doing great. Things are good on my side. Schools, again contraction, school's been busy. Please avoid use of contractions in formal documents, formal letter, formal email, formal report. School's been busy, but otherwise all okay. I wanted to tell you about something we've been talking about in class recently, whether zoos should be banned. It really got me thinking, and I figured you'd find it interesting too. You know how we used to love zoo trips as kids. Well, turns out there's a lot more to the story than just seeing cute animals. This is the start of your informal letter. Then, how to end your informal letter. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think about all this. Do you still feel zoos are okay? Or do you think animals deserve something better? I really think we need to look at the bigger picture and think about what's best for them, not just what's fun for us. I must end my letter here as there are some house chores that I have to do. Please give my regards to your parents and that cheeky little brother of yours. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Take care and write back soon. Love, Hamna. So this is the way you are going to write an informal letter. Now we have discussed introduction and closing paragraphs of all directed writing tasks, but we haven't yes, in when we were doing speech we discussed second and third paragraph also. So in between, while here you are ending the first paragraph, that a lot more to the story than just seeing cute animals. After that, when you are going to start second paragraph, you will use these evaluative phrases that we had already discussed. Let's have a look at them again. And these are do we have them here? No, I think I don't have them here. So we have to, okay, let me open those evaluative tone phrases. Okay, so here are those evaluative phrases. So once you have written introduction, whether it's a formal letter, whether it's a report, whether it's an email, whether it's a speech, whether it's an article, or it's an informal letter that we are discussing now. Once you have written the introduction paragraph, after that you can use any of these evaluative phrases to start discussing the matter in the second and third paragraph. Now the easiest way to do is that in second paragraph you discuss the points in favor of zoos, and in third paragraph you discuss the points against zoos, or vice versa. First discuss one thing and then after that discuss the disadvantages or advantages, but you have to discuss them all. So what can be these evaluative phrases? It is often said that, many believe that, it is widely acknowledged that, there is a general consensus that, it is commonly thought that, some people argue that, there is a perception that, it has been suggested that, research suggests that. So after introduction paragraph you can start it the way we have written this sentence. Look at this. Many believe that zoos are a wonderful source of enjoyment for the whole family, but nobody cares for the animals that are kept in confined spaces, dreaming to live in open space, running in the wild and enjoying to the fullest. Furthermore, they argue that zoos provide them a unique opportunity to visiting animals from other countries. It is here I have discussed first advantage and first disadvantage. I am discussing them side by side. It is not possible to go abroad and see them otherwise. Do you agree with any such argument that allows people to cage animals just for their own entertainment and delight? And after this is second paragraph, you will keep discussing the topic. So where are the yes? So here we have all the points when you are doing this on your paper, so you can just give numbers to these points. So if you have already discussed first 2 points, you can move to the third point. Then like here it is value for money, cheap or affordable, that this is a kind of entertainment that all people can afford, so everyone can go there. So you will add up, or you will keep on adding these points to 1 minute to this paragraph. Yes, you will keep them adding here, and these 2 paragraphs that we have here, second and third paragraph, they can be approximately almost the same as they are in speech or report, or they might be a little different. Their tone might be a little different, because in speech you are talking to someone, in informal letter you are talking to your friend, so the tone might be different, but point can be the same because you are discussing the same points. So this is the way we evaluate all the points given in the text. And remember, you have to discuss all the points given in the text. If you want to get 10 out of 10 for content, that means you have to make use of all the points given in the text, because there is one assessment objective also, that you have to select and use wide range of ideas. So if you want to get good grades, you have to select all the information, all the ideas and opinions given in the text. So we have done this informal letter, and these are sentences we have discussed. This evaluative tone also, many believe that we have discussed this also. Now we have written a complete essay. As you all know that I suggest 4 paragraphs, first for introduction, second and third for body or evaluation, and fourth one for closing. So you must know that there is no hard and fast rule, or there is no one specific number of these paragraphs. You can write 5 paragraphs, you can write 3 paragraphs, but when you distribute your text in 4 paragraphs, that gives it a good presentation. This is what I think. So you should go with 4 paragraphs. You should start them accordingly. An informal letter, formal letter, article, speech. When an examiner start reading it, he must know that this is a speech or this is an informal letter, just from reading the introduction, or just realizing the tone of your directed writing task. So you must keep all these points in your mind. And one thing, you have to start your paragraphs, you have to start them with the margin line. There is no need to use indent or leave indent in paragraphs. Write a line after each paragraph and give your work a good presentation. Once you have written your essay, edit your essay, make an idea of words, and check it for grammar, spelling, and punctuation errors. Do not use capital letters. Capital letter is a punctuation mark. When you use it carelessly, definitely you get your marks deducted. So do not use capital letters here and there. Capital letter is a punctuation and your marks will be deducted for wrong use. You have to write 250 to 350 words, and do not go beyond the word limit, as it drags your topic and makes it bland, uninteresting, and monotonous. So that's all for directed writing task. I hope you have a very good mock exam, and all the best. Allah Hafiz.